All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out here so everybody can join in. 1 second. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, good, good, good. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Happy Thursday, everybody. So today we're going to be continuing our conversation, or wrapping up our conversation on day trading Fibonacci Fun, Fib Fun, with the 15 orb. Really cool stuff. So before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Do. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off in the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we might have in store throughout the evening and into tomorrow morning. And then we're going to take a look at the topic and then go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. So SPX down 6 points today, almost 7 points today. Still green on the month. We're right up at the upper Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart. So again, the biggest worry in the upper Bollinger Band, we can still ride these bands up, right? We can get to all-time highs and keep going. Are these shooting stars off of upper Bollinger Bands on the monthly chart, right? Those are kind of the scary ones. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, so far, so good. Weekly chart, we are, give me 1 second here. Let's get our, I had to reset everything here for some reason. A couple of the studies came off, but weekly chart. So we took the inside week up. We gapped above that right here, right? So we have this open gap that's still here. And again, I don't know where that went, that drawing went, but we have this open gap right here on the weekly chart. This weekly gap got filled last week, and this week so far we're forming a hammer right here that it looks like it's trying to get to these all-time highs. I mean, guys, another day we got like about 6 points away from all-time highs. Like, come on, guys, you can push it up there. The Bears stepped it up though today. The Bears, and it was actually pretty fun. Even though today, let's go to the daily chart right here. So we're working our way up. The daily chart's a little different, right? But worked our way up, right? We filled the gap up here. We left a few gaps below, and today was a narrow range inside day. Harami, Doji. I mean, and I think the volume on the SPY was the narrowest range since December, right? So all year so far. So pretty good stuff. Yeah, so we'll see what they have in store for this one going into tomorrow. But we're still over the 80 MA and we're still over the upward trend line. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the price action here today. All right. So price action today, kind of blah, right? So we gapped. I guess we basically gapped down. Well, we were kind of flat at the open today, right? So we had the jobs thing going on. Well, we gapped down a little bit. So we had the jobs thing today, and yeah, because we'll take a look at the futures and show how it kind of came into this. But we had a pretty strong candle at the open, right? Looking pretty decent right here. And then just no follow through on the 15 orb today. And we knew this, right? We knew this going into. We'll show you the signal zones on the futures chart. But coming into these highs right here, right? There was a bunch of resistance area. So the bears really stepped up right here. So we actually got a nice short here. I think we shorted Apple here at the time, and then we shorted SPY here. Right? They give another call. And the cool part about it is if you go to the 5-minute chart, these are the levels that we provide to our members before each market open. The cool part about it, right, is that if you guys are starting to mess with fibs, right, Fibonacci's, right, so this initial move down was great. Look what happened. Boom. 618 retrace right there, right? Not perfect, but decent, right? You could tell it rejected it, right? It moved down swiftly off of that, right? So that was a really, really cool move, right? And then off of this move, right, we had another retrace, right? About a 50% retrace right here for another move down. So it was really, really cool stuff today, with the rest of the market. And then we had another 618 retrace here for another move down. So these impulsive moves are my favorite intraday, right? I can't stand chop. I mean, nobody can really stand the chop. But once things are moving, then we could pull out the tools, right? We could pull out the fibs. We could do our Elliott waves, right? And all that stuff. I mean, because here, we didn't even get above it, right? So, I mean, do Elliott wave stuff. Here you got, your 1, your 2, right? And the fibs are playing along with it, right? Your 3, right, your 4, because that never crossed over the side of wave 1, right, and then hit your wave 5 bottom, right? So you had a nice impulsive move right there, right? And then, some sort of ABC correction, ABC, so, but that makes it fun, right? So intraday, I love when things move fast, and amazing that we had these moves too in the context of that narrow range day. So it was pretty fun today. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the futures and see what we got going on here. And also those levels really helped us out as well. So S&P futures, we provide multiple zones here too. Let me get these fibs off of this right now. Yeah, because you can see how cool this was today. So even from this move right here, right, you have a 7-8 retrace from this evening. Right, so it's really, really cool stuff. But right now, right, so we're kind of chopping around. You can see how these signal zones played out today. Cool areas too with these geometric lines. We've talked about trend lines in the past where you can continue them forward. Right, algos do like these as well. The buy the dip area today was really cool. We had this support zone right here is a rally-based rally area. So we basically bounced right off of that zone right there. But the cool part too is that we hit our geometric line from last night, right? And we hit it through this continuation geo line, right? And we had this crazy, I mean, all night, like we call this the gobbledygook, right? I mean, this alone is just such a mess, such a huge consolidation. I was actually surprised that we flushed through it because there was so much activity in here, but it was overnight, right? So there's no volume in there. So this was generally a weak area, right? So we tend not to look at those too much, but so that's why we flushed through it pretty easily, right? Because there's no volume really supporting all this stuff, even though there's a lot there, right? So we pushed through those, bounced off this. It was like a 3-point consolidation of all these lines right in here, and we bounced off of that too. So it was kind of cool. It was a quick bounce play, and that's what we had for tonight. So for during the day. So let's take a look here. So this geometric line it's an old one, but it's good. And so we see here it's from these recent lows. So all we're going to do is we're going to stretch this out now. We're going to activate that, and show where it truly should have been right there. And then I'll take a look here and see how we hold a couple of these levels through tonight and tomorrow. So obviously this is going to be a major area right here. We're getting really, really tight. And then we go right here. We go right here, right? You get this there, right? So that kind of gives us a good area to work with here, through the evening. I mean, we can kind of do this too. It gets a little bit excessive, but that's the idea right here going into tomorrow. So we'll see how that holds going into tonight. Getting really tight right now. Futures are up 6 points. We got a nice little bounce, and we'll see where we go from there. So good stuff. All right, well, let's take a look at the topic. So the topic here, we're going to wrap up. It's been a fun week talking about Fibonacci's. I thought yesterday's was really cool. Using the bigger picture, right? That was kind of a great topic where you're like, well, how come this fib isn't working, right? Why isn't it about what's going on in the bigger picture, right? So that's really important. So, it turns out it was actually a short on the bigger picture, that type of thing. So today we're actually going to be talking about the 15 orb. So, the 15 orb, anybody who's been following me for a long time on Twitter and everything like that, we love this stuff. And this is just a great level. So the ORB, right, is your opening range bar, right? And the 15, right, represents your first 15 minutes. So the 15-minute opening range bar, right? So we like this, and we actually have a cool script that we use that draws it for us. So at the opening candle, right? So if you look at the first 15 minutes here, you can see, right, 1, 2, 3. First 15 minutes right here. There's the top of that range. Here's the bottom of that range. Why do we like the 15 orb? I mean, there's other orbs. Right? You use a 1-minute orb, right? You use a 10-minute orb, use 60-minute orb, and all that stuff. We just find that during day trading on the 15 minutes, it tends to give a good line in the sand for the bulls and the bears, right? And a lot of times when I tweet out the game plan at night, those 15 orbs, right? When stocks are gapping and have a lot of increased action, right? Increased volatility, these 15 orbs can really play out for nice breakouts. Right, and so that's great, right? So we use these levels. So what I want to talk about today is when the 15 orb corresponds with a Fibonacci, right? So basically the way that it looks, right, is like you have your 15 orb levels right here. You break out of the levels here, right? So you get a nice 15 orb break. It pulls back to your 15 orb, and then starts going again. Right, so what we want to see is, what I like to see is here is either a 382 pull back. You can, isn't that amazing how I drew it like that? So, all right, so anyway, cool. Hold on, let's get there. All right, so almost a perfect 382, right? Just because we're so used to seeing it, right? So a 382 pullback is nice right here, and then other times, right, I like to see a 618 retrace to that or about the level, thereof, right? So to get a 618, right, it would have to go like all the way, and sometimes we see these, right? I mean, we see like a big breakout day, right? That's where you have something strong, especially on the 15 orb list, something strong that breaks out of the 15 orb range, comes back to it, and then starts going again, right? So a couple of options right there. So that's what we're looking for. Does it happen all the time? No. Does it happen on every 15 orb list? No. But when it does happen, it can be pretty special. right? So let's take a look at that and show a couple examples there. So the first one I want to point out is Apple. Okay, so Apple did this pretty recently. So I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart so you can see it here. I've got it drawn back a couple of times. And I should have wrote down the dates on these, but I'm just going to kind of scan through here and look for, oh yeah, so this is good right here. So big day, right? So August 6th, this is a huge day for Apple, right? Let's go back and look at it here on the daily chart, right? So August 6th, right? Where are we? Here. Big day, right? Remember, double inside day up, right? We're prepared for this. We talked about it here on the live stream at night. We're like, guys, double inside day on Apple after a big move up. Nice consolidation, right? Good potential, right? Same thing AMD, right? Was even better. But Apple gave a nice move. So it was on our radar. Okay, so it was a big move at the open, right? And look what happened, right? It pulled back. How much did it pull back? It pulled back to the 15 orb, right here, right? Inside 15 up, and then held the ADMA for the rest of the day, right? So all you do is you go to the lows right here, you draw your Fibonacci right here, and look what it did, right? Came right back to the 382. It actually hit the 0.50, but you can see where the how the 15 orb aligned pretty closely. I mean, not perfect, but pretty closely here with the 15 orb. So this definitely gives us helps us take notice, especially since we held the ADMA too. So we actually tagged the 50 retrace, right? 382 worked its way up. So those are a couple of my favorites right there, and that worked its way up there. Another one is Roku. Okay, so Roku, I believe did this also. See if I should have wrote the date down on this one. Here, it wasn't major, right? It wasn't huge, but it was okay, right? So this is on the 24th of July, and so what we do is we go from the lows here, right? We had a nice 15 orb breakout right there, right? Inside 15 up, nice 15 orb up, keeps going. All right, there. So it started to pull back right here, and look at this. Right at the 382, right at the 15 orb low, nice little hammer reversal, and some increased volume on that candle too, and you get a nice bounce, right? I mean, look at it. I mean, it's essentially the exact same trade as the open, right? So if you profit here, 149, right, to 152 for a nice 3-point move, right? You can get back in again over here. Okay, just let's reload right here, right? So make this trade. This trade is even smoother than this one because this one had a pause, right? And so nice move up on that one. Did it hold the 80 the whole way? No. But did it find resistance at the prior high? Yeah. So that's two good trades right there on Roku, right? Next one, D-Dog. So this was actually on the 15 orb list recently, and what I like about this one too is that it corresponded here after earnings with a nice move down, right? So D-Dog has been really, really strong for a while, right? So it was so here's your earnings, right? When you get a gap down like this, we talked about this, right? We gapped under these pivots. So that's a good chance for a bit of a gap and go to the downside because we got to these major turning point levels, right? So when we gap down that day, right, we go to the 15 orb here. We kind of look what happens, right? So now I'm not saying this is the most elegant in the world, but it worked, right? And so here we have the double inside 15. We break down, right? We pull back to the 15 orb, and we get that nice move right there. Let's go. Let's pull up the Okay, come on, give me my fibs. Where's my fibs? It won't let me do it. It's not letting me pull it up. It just keeps on bouncing back and forth. Why is it doing this to me? Maybe it's like, oh no, you got too much space. It's not letting me draw my fibs. Anyway, guys, it's not letting me draw it right here. But the idea is, I believe when you go from here to here, I believe this pullback was a 382 retrace, upper shadow at the ADMA, and then it ended up working its way back down very, very nicely. Inside 15 down on that one. It's a little bit odd that it's not letting me draw this right here. Maybe I have too many indicators on this one, but cool stuff. Yeah, so that was a nice move there on the 15 orb off of the 15 orb list that we put out on Twitter to work its way to the downside, right? So sometimes it's like, oh, well, how do I get into this, right? Well, I took the 15 orb break, but it pulled back and stopped me out, right? And so, but sometimes we have to kind of take a look at the bigger picture, what's going on. Did this one confirm below this candle? No, right? So we wait, and then we look for the next setup off of that, and then an inside 15 down below the 15 orb, which ended up working very, very nicely to the downside. So good stuff. All right. Well, hopefully everybody found that helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to play those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow, the last day of the week. All right, what's going to be in store for tomorrow? Are we going to hit all-time highs tomorrow? Who knows? But we're going to be ready for it either way. So good stuff. All right, so I didn't hear from Shirley this evening. I didn't hear from Shirley this evening. So hopefully she is well. Continue to keep her in her thoughts and prayers, and hopefully we'll see her back doing well next week. So let's take a look here. So let's Let's go to the daily chart. We got a few in here. Hold on, I lost my chart. Let's go to the daily chart and see what we can see. So good stuff. Mike, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today. Good evening. Yeah, Tesla's setting up for the Doji sandwich. We love it. We love it. I love this. Big volume today too, which is kind of exciting on it as well, right? So it wasn't just like a really low volume day. That's some pretty big volume right there, after yesterday's breakout candle out of this, right? So let's see if this can doji sandwich up, right? It's already up 15 points after hours. So I don't know if it's going to hit this 1800 level or not, but it would be really, really cool if it did it. So keep an eye on Tesla. So good stuff. And then let's take a look at Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's just getting really, really tight. So we just need a breakout like Tesla, right? So Tesla gave that nice breakout candle and it worked, right? So we're just kind of keeping an eye on these levels, keep an eye on today's highs, see if we can push above that and get Amazon going again. Amazon's just been a mess, until it does big breakouts, it's pretty tough. AMD, kind of interesting right here. It was really, really strong yesterday. We liked it for an overnight and it worked, right? Members were able to do well on this one. And this today might actually be a pause day on it and get some more upside, especially if the market's strong right now. But the market's just been really timid recently after these all-time highs. Facebook. And so Facebook's kind of interesting, right? So we really, really liked this inside day yesterday, and it really charged to it, right? We opened inside the range, which is cool. We gapped up, and we had a nice charge to it this morning. Members did well on this morning on an initial breakout move here, right? It gave a great push, and it just barely, it couldn't hold above the inside day level. But one of the things that we point out on those inside day highs right here, right, is that if it can't take out the inside day high, there's a good chance it will at least test 50% of the range of the prior inside day, right? So if it'll let me draw a Fibonacci here now, yeah, now it does. Then we should at least test 50% of the range, and we did, right, off of a breakdown of that. So you had actually from here to here, right, you had a 382 pullback for a move down, and then from here to here, right, you had about a 50% pullback right here before it moved and got to the 50% of the range of the main candle. And it gave a little bit of follow through on that one. It actually came down to the 15-hour blow, which is pretty cool. It also corresponded with some buying pressure here and here after hours. So it kind of makes really logical sense how price moved through that. So good stuff. So let's see if that gets any follow through tomorrow. So basically the main concept of this is it failed to take the inside day up, came back in the range. There is a chance now that it'll actually come back and test these lows, but we'll see how that price action is tomorrow. If we gap up tomorrow, it could just be, just finish what it started. So good stuff. Good. So Benson sent a few in via email. So, via Twitter. So let's say a couple of those here. Yeah. So Schneikes had a good candle right here. Remember, it left that upper shadow, so it makes it tough. Pullback gave kind of this reversal hammer, not quite a hanging man like we talked about, and gave a little bit of push to the upside here. So let's see if we can continue to push and get over those all-time highs on Schneikes. Etsy. Etsy, I know, guys. So this is on the bearish radar yesterday. It was tough, right? There was a lot of fake out moves from this. I mean, Netflix and all that stuff. I mean, it's just pretty wild stuff. It was increasing volume, which is nice coming down into the ADMA. But the one thing is that it never never pushed below it, right? So we kind of gapped above it, and when we did that, I think anybody who really got short in this, because it was a pretty nasty day yesterday, started to squeeze out today, right? So we got a nice squeeze on Etsy day here, got really tight, and then see ya. Look at that volume too. Woohoo! Squeezing out. Okay, I'm done. Right? All the shorts are like, oh no, help me, right? So that squeezed them out right there after a pretty nasty day yesterday. So pretty epic. Right, so nice on that. So we'll see if it gets any follow through the upside. It may have taken out all the shorts today. It left an upper shadow on that one, so it might have run out of a little bit of steam. But pretty cool stuff there. Pins. Inside day today over the ADMA. Right, so again, we're liking this one over this potential bull flag right here. Right, we talked about it. I still like keeping us on the radar right here. Remember the invisible flagpole? So let's see if we can get like a measured move up eventually. We just have to see if it can trigger for us, give us some volume. And then of course SPY, right? So SPY, narrowest range day. I can't remember if I said in Twitter if it was like in a year. I meant this year, right? So ever since January. In fact, it was ever since February. We haven't seen volume this low. Today's volume was 41.8. Pretty sure that was it. Yeah, 41.9 right there. Here was 48. Yeah, we didn't get down till about somewhere in this range here. There. February? No. I think it was until here, back in December, right? So 31 we have it. So very, very narrow range today and an inside day. So yeah, so it was choppy today. Still gave some fun moves though. So good stuff. What else? Good. ZEK, what's happening? Hope you're doing well. Nicola. So Nicola, guys, double inside day up. You gotta love it. We pointed it out yesterday. Nice move up. We was on our bullish radar today. Right? Great move up right here. Double inside day. Pre-market. Right? Gave you a bull flag here. Pre-market. Nice breakout. Pause. And then a nice move up on Nicola there. Then it just kind of fizzled out a little bit. Right? So we'll see how that holds going in tomorrow. But I do like the that double inside day breakout. So nice job there. CMCSA. Let's take a look here. It looks a little choppy here, but it's up after hours on Comcast. Not sure if there's any news on it. Double inside day on this one too. So that's looking pretty good. Maybe it's just up. No, nothing really going on there. So let's see how it handles that double inside day range on Comcast. DKNG. Yeah, earnings tonight or earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, so we talked about this yesterday, right? We're coming right into this geometric area right here. I mean, in my opinion, I don't see. I mean, with all the sports closing out, I can't see how their guidance is going to be good. But you never know. To me, it looks like they're just kind of like rallying it up before it shorts. So we'll see how that goes. It should be a very, very interesting one tomorrow. Definitely going to be on the 15 orb radar tomorrow. And I think it's on the. I've got it on the list here. 1 second. Yeah, DKNG. DKNG. So that should be pretty cool too. Nice find on that one. Good. And what else? What else? MNST. Oh, why would I? My fingers, they just type in Microsoft like automatically. MNST. They're so used to when I type in M first that Microsoft is the next one. MNST. So, yeah, good. Great breakout right there. Right at all-time highs. I don't know if it closed over the prior highs, but we could look at it here. The high was 83.96 and it closed at 83.82. So it didn't quite close over the all-time highs, but it's looking pretty strong here. Like, maybe it's gearing up for another move. And then now. Take a look at now. Inside day up on now. Beautiful, and I think it's sitting right there at the upward trend line too. So let's see if we can get any more strength, any follow through on that one to continue to go. It's good stuff. Bagash, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at T-Doc. Is this thing finally reversing a little bit off of the cloud, and it kind of got back into the in the channel here, still below the ADMA, kind of pressuring it. But yeah, big move at the open though. It said no, I want back in the channel, right? So let's see who gets any follow through on that one. Zoom. The Zumba inside day up to the top of the cloud. Pretty cool stuff there. It's right at the sandwiched 8 and 50 moving average. SE. A little bit of Doji, possible Doji sandwich up for maybe a little bit more of a run into earnings. That could be interesting. FSLY. Yeah, finally, look at that. Looked like it was breaking out, but held the cloud and took the inside day up today. I love a gap over an inside day that gets some nice upside pressure. So good stuff there. And then D-Dog. Yeah, D-Dog. Look at that double inside day up on that one. Who let the dog? So double inside day up there, nice push, right? And then it left you with an upper shadow right here, but great intraday opportunity on that one. Look at that at the open. Bow! Right through the inside day highs right here. I love it when that double inside day high also corresponds with the 15 orb range too, right? Just an extra level for it to break out of. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Nice. AI, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, QCOM went the wrong way. It sure did. Now, one of the things anytime we get a big breakout candle like that, we do like, we prefer, especially on a shady name like QCOM, we do prefer to wait for a pause today. Now, is today a pause? It's a pretty big day. Now, we did hold the 50% of the range of that candle, so that's good. So let's see if we can see it works away. QCOM has been known to break hearts. So yeah, and MU did not help. That's why we were pretty lucky with our AMD trade today, right? Because I saw MU was downgraded this morning. I was like, you gotta be kidding me! Like, I mean, SMIs were so strong yesterday, and and then MU, look at that. And then of course it was an inside day yesterday on MU, right? ADMA is kind of curling down and all that stuff, and then we got below it, and we kind of found some support like in this old area right here. So pretty interesting there. I'm gonna keep MU on the bearish radar for tomorrow. Just to see. I mean, there is possibility for a reversal, but that's a decent downside candle, so we'll see if it gets any follow through then. Good find on that one. Yeah. Good. And then, yeah, hope it moves tomorrow. Right. How about Square? Let's take a look. Yeah, Square kind of hanging in there. Got an ADMA bounce today. Lower volume, so it's kind of doing that thing. Baba tried to work its way up, came back in the range today, but this might be slightly influenced by Baidu. Which had earnings tonight, and it got crushed, right? So let's take a look here. So yeah, so that's down pretty heavy right here on Baidu. Okay, so we're down there. And there's that little circle. So we're kind of in this range right here after hours. So we're right at the 200-day. We'll see how that holds. If we stay below that 114 levels and we lose the pre-market lows, this is good enough to possibly give a push down, maybe to 112, 113, and we'll see where it goes from there. But that could affect BABA tomorrow. So good stuff. Alma, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. ABT, let's take a look. ABT trying to work a little bit of volume right there, staying over the 80 MA. So let's see how that's looking right there. So it's got some levels to work with right here. It's kind of doing like a bull flaggish type thing, but it looks like it's trying. AMD, I know. So AMD, I'm hoping this is just kind of a pause day for it. Let's see how it holds right there. Again, the pullback was pretty nasty today, and then it almost got bearish, right? So, but overall, it's just kind of hanging in there. So let's see how that holds. And then now, of course, great breakout off of that inside day today. It's just kind of poking its head above the this prior trend line up here, or the upward trend line. So let's see how that holds there. So good stuff. Royal, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, hope you had a great day today. Yeah, let's take STNE. Double inside day on STNE. Very, very nice. Big volume day. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's some huge. That's more volume than earnings on an double inside day. That's some compressed energy right there, if I've ever seen it. Let's take a look here and see. It was mostly at the open, huge volume at the open, and it didn't move anything. It was crazy. They had some big volume here and it didn't move anything. Keep an eye on this one. It could be very, very interesting, right? So that's a really, really tight, some huge volume on inside. That's a very, very rare high volume candle. So see if that it's kind of building up to make a move. Very cool. And then Melly, double inside day up, very nice. SLV. Yeah, silver, great, right? It was looks like it was breaking down, got back above the upper trend line on that one, so nice move there. And then Roku inside day. So keep an eye on Roku tomorrow. It could be interesting. See if it breaks out one of those levels one way or another. I mean, it's just these levels are just so tough on Roku. It's just so blah. This is one of those ones you just got to catch some news on it or something to get things going again. That's going to be a tough one, but good stuff. J-Win, what's happening? Let's get it. Yeah, exactly. Let's do this. Stitch Fix. Actually, a nice candle today. A bit of an upper shadow right there, but if it breaks over these highs, we might see that 50-day moving average on Stitch Fix. And then Pay C. Pretty decent on Pay C too. Pretty decent on Pay C too. I like it. So let's see if it breaks over these highs and can get to the top of the cloud. And I'm surprised Siri didn't pop up. Every time I say Pay C, I always think I say, "Hey Siri." There you go, stuff. Anki, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's take a look at Vroom. Vroom, vroom. Oh, nasty. Nasty gap down right there. Huge range. Doji too. Just in a bunch of blah. It really, just. I like how it held. This is a good example of holding the pre-market lows right here. Right. If you can get, find an entry on a lower term time frame, you can get a nice little entry right here. Right. It did hold. Obviously, we prefer to go in the direction of the gap. But look at that, 50% retrace right here, 15-hour breakout, and then give a nice push there. So, but other than that, blah. That's some nasty upper shadows on that one. ZI. Ooh, yeah, we got a couple of these more IPOs right here. ZI failed to take the inside day up, came back in the range right there. So, see if it tests the other end of that range. CVX. Double inside day on CVX with a gravestone doji face planted at the 50 moving average. So keep an eye on that when it breaks down. We might see some more downside on that one. I'm going to put that on the bearish radar as well, if it can't break down. Not too much on the bullish radar here tonight. Anybody got any bullish stuff? Let's take a look. Lots of pause days today. So good. And what else? Roku. Yeah, Roku with an inside day today. Again, it's just in this choppy mess. We're waiting for some action on it. JP Morgan, right? So a little bit rough, but actually, gap down today. It was gave a nice little downside move off of yesterday's candle. And then where are we? What's happening? Really? Want to auto zoom in there? Pretty choppy, but it ended up gapping down a little bit this morning here off of that candle. But, obviously, I didn't trust the the lower shadow on that gap fill. But good stuff. We'll see if we continue to get action again. Continue to look at these ones. They finally had a nice run up right here. It did break out here after earnings. It took forever after earnings. It formed a bull flag. Broke out here with increased volume. We got some nice follow through the upside on that. For sure. So good stuff there. What else? Great stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Agate. The Nest. What's happening? IWM. Yeah, IWM with a double inside day. Isn't that something? That's pretty interesting. That should go on the double inside day radar because that's the entire index itself. It's pretty cool. Let's see. So double inside day. IWM. Definitely want to keep it on the radar for tomorrow. Okay, see how that affects. If we have a breakout day today, that'd be pretty cool. Vroom. I'm sorry. Viac. Yeah, looking pretty interesting right here. I want to see it over the 200 day on that one. Then it could start to get really, really interesting. PII. Hanging on there. A bunch of upper shadows, but still hanging on to the 80 MA on that one. So, it kind of is what it is there. NTR. Upper shadow at the 200 day. So, see how that holds. See? Doji. Holding the 80 MA on that one. Car. Inside day down. Right? And then kind of reverse a little bit on that. Walmart. Inside day. Survived ex-dividend. And let's see if it can break out of the inside day and give a last-minute earnings run on it. So good stuff there. SE. Doji day heading into earnings. So let's see if that's a pause day for it for another upside move. DPZ. GPZ. All right, there it is. Right? I don't have all my old lines up here, but you can see where we were in this congestion right here. You can actually take it from over here. Right? Remember the prior resistance levels right there? We got out of DPZ today. Let's see if we get some follow through. I'm going to put it on the bullish radar for tomorrow. A little bit of pizza for tomorrow. It avoided the Noid today. So good stuff there. And then Piton. Let's take a look. Piton, nice. Yeah, I mean, that's a good bullish engulfing candle right there. It didn't fully engulf the entire candle, but there is some potential on Piton. I'm going to put that on the bullish radar too. Thank you. Got a couple to keep on the radar tomorrow. Very, very good. And then gold. Yeah, I mean, decent little move up right there. Rejected by the 80 MA on that one. So see how that holds right here. We could be working on like an invisible bear flag, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Precious metal's been very, very interesting. J-Moss, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. V. Woo. V. Inside day. Down. Gap down below it. Came back in the range. Right? And then back around. So a lot of this has to do with ex-dividend. Right? So it's tough trading into ex-dividend. Right? Sometimes it goes down. But still tight within this macro triangle right here. So let's see if it could continue to push on that one. Tesla. Love the doji sandwich potential on this. Love the doji sandwich potential. And then GRWG. Wow. Great find on that one. Grow generation. I love it. Inside day gap up earnings. Super duper strong. Let's see if that gets a follow through on that one. Nice find on that one. Good stuff. Jackie, what's going on? Just joined the calls and enjoyed. Great. I really appreciate it. Thoughts on Maxer? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is bullish, right? I mean, definitely bullish, still proven otherwise here. Right? We looked at this the other day. We talked like the gap up levels right here. We said if it could push above there, give it a little move. It did. Finally closed above it right here, and then it got some nice follow through over that one today. So, again, to see how it holds right here as it continues to work its way up. Just watch the potential rising wedge on that one. Cool. The Nest, yeah, JD. Yeah, a couple of these JD got smacked down a little bit today, and so did Baba, and then just kind of hung in there as an inside day. Really couldn't break down any farther. Let's see how it does after this Baidu earnings here. Right, it's gave a nice little push down this morning under the 15 order, then kind of came back. So pretty neat there. And then now, inside day up, back over the upper trend line. Very, very nice. SK, what's happening? Zoom. Inside day up, beautiful. Right at the cloud. Right at cloud resistance. Right, upper shadow at the 80 MA and the 50 day. So it's got some work to do to get above that, but maybe. It'll gear up for some sort of earnings run, right? It's got some work to do though, right? See if we can get back above that cloud with some volume. Good stuff there. Z. Inside day down, right? Hanging on to the 80 MA on that one. SRNE. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place right here. This could be a, I don't know if it's doing anything funky after hours or anything. It's up a little bit after hours. Not really. Just kind of chopping around a bit here. This is tough. It looks bearish, right? But it kind of gave a little retrace off of the down move right here. Kind of a 382-ish. Just kind of see how it plays out right there. The upper shadow is a little bit sketchy. Low volume day. Always tough to trade the biotechs, but it is what it is. Mookie, what's going on? Silver, let's take a look. SLV, inside day, gap up, move, back over the trend line. Could be interesting. Keep an eye on it, of course. Workhorse. Workhorse is such a drama name. I can't even look at it anymore. It's not that bad. But it's pretty rough, right? So you get this move this move right here. This move right here. Right? So it's kind of triangulating. So yeah, guys, could be working on a massive pennant on this one. Needs to actually do some business, make some profit, and all that stuff. So let's see how it goes. And then rocket, right? Oh no! Oh no! It had a huge opening day, great follow through to the upside, and then back down. So see how it holds the opening day lows. That's gonna be a real key level. Good stuff. Then Ness, John, you provide alerts of what option signals you get into, like BA. Yep. Exactly. That is what I do. And then we talk about it during the week. We go live at the open and the close, and we have Discord open all day, so we're chatting all day, looking at ideas. So we'll be talking about stuff, get questions, like, hey, what do you think about this? Stuff like that. So it's fun. Great group. Great group. Geo, yeah, let's take a look. UPS. So UPS double inside day on UPS, getting really, really tight up here. Could be very interesting. Johnson & Johnson. Inside day there too, holding the ADMA on that one. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow's Friday, so think next week's options, right? So you don't get caught with some crazy theta action, or you don't get caught with an assignment unless it's part of your plan. But also, we love some Friday momentum, so hopefully we get some great action tomorrow and have a fun Friday. Xilinx inside day there too. Google. Big upper shadow. Google is just so annoying. Can't even trade it. I don't even touch this thing anymore. I used to touch it a while. It used to be great and fun to trade, but now it's just like all over the place. Spreads are nasty. BLL with an inside day up. It's a nice job there. The next eBay. Yeah, kind of slow grinded its way up again. Remember, it made all these upper shadows all the way up here. It's a funky one, but sometimes it can move. Yeah, nice gap fill on IWM on the weekly. Sweet. Yeah. Came back here and tagged this, and we've got big gap right here. So it could be very, very interesting. Good. John, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. LVGO. Hanging in there, upper shadow, right? Had a big move up, right? So right now it's probably in a corrective phase, right? Whatever we had, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're assuming wave 5 is done, right, with this big pullback right here. So this could be some sort of A. Maybe we'll see a B, maybe a C. To me, it looks kind of zigzagish, right? Which could kind of go like this, like A, B, C, a 5, 3, 5, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Tracy, what's going on? Good evening, AMAT. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got earnings tonight, right? So pre-red candle here today. Ex-dividend coming right up soon. It's up a little bit after hours, but nothing major to get me, too excited about it. Apple, big doji, big spinning top here today at all-time highs. So let's see. Let's see if it continue to work its way up. mRNA, it always seems to get nice news in the morning too. mRNA. Sheesh. This needs a fresh drawing on it. Is this a channel? I mean, it's really kind of tight in this range right here. So let's wait for a breakout one way or the other. But I like how it's kind of holding the cloud so far. So good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure, Mike. Tesla just got a Morgan Stanley upgrade. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. So let's see if we get some more follow through on that one. Robbie, what's happening? Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for the thank you. I really appreciate it. DA, what's going on? Hey. Yeah, T-Doc with a nice bounce today for sure. We like that one. Trying to get back in that channel. FTCH. After hours. Let's take a look. Double inside day up today. What we got going on after hours here? Whoa! Earnings on that one. Nice. APPS. Decent, right? A little spinning top type action right there. Let's see if it gets any action on that one. STWD. Pulling back. Might come back and test the ADMA on that one. KBNT. Big inside day off of its opening on that one. CLBS. News. inside day, earnings, biosciences, biotech. I don't trade the biotech names, but yeah, it is moving up there after earnings there a little bit. And overstock, yeah, I mean, this thing's a monster, right? Just ADMA bounce on that one today. Play. Inside day. And by the way, you're loving T-Dog with the 382. Nice, yeah, great, yeah, that's awesome. It is fun. Yeah, just start whipping out those Fibonacci's. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. It's great stuff. Alma, so FedEx for bullish. So you look. Inside day, I mean, it could. Let's see if it breaks out to the upside and gets a little momentum out of that with some volume. And I know something bullish. Let's take a look. DGAZF. Let's see. Woo! Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that is bullish. Woo! Very, very nice. How's the regular? Anyway, nice. Thank you for that one. Yeah, the Walmart Weekly is looking very, very interesting, right? Earnings next week. Earnings next week. AZO, let's take a look. Inside day, holding the ADMA on that one. See if we can get a move. It's getting really, really tight right there. Auto zone. Get in the zone with auto zone. This is not one I'd normally trade, right? It's just kind of funky, not really a momentum name. But on these, I probably wouldn't trade an inside day, right? I'd probably wait for like a bigger chart pattern type setup, right? It's not really a big momentum mover, and the options are kind of blah. But yeah, good stuff. Tracy, what's going on? Win. Yeah, inside day here too, back in the cloud, right? So it was looking pretty bearish yesterday, and it hung in there. If we break down below the inside day low, could get really, really interesting and possibly go for a gap fill. Sure, what's going on? Good evening. BA. Boeing. Holding on to the cloud support and the ADMA. Let's see how it holds right there. Right, kind of funky action, but if it breaks down below those, we might see a little more downside. And Intel. Is it starting to move yet? Nope. Inside day chop. It's not ready yet. It's in a distribution, markdown, accumulation period, right? So how long was it? How long was the distribution right here? It was for about 30 days, 30 bars, right? So it could go as far as here before it started moving again, right? And then might make a little push up to the cloud. So good, yeah, my pleasure. Keith, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, FTCH. Yeah, a little bit of a move after hours at 98, 28. If it gets over these levels up here, we might see a gap and go on Farfetch. And BLNK. Hanging on to the ADMA. AIG. Hello, AIG. There you go. Yeah, just really, really choppy. Just kind of in this consolidated range right now still. IQ earnings tonight. Down 2 points. Down a bit there. That puts us here right now. Right, puts us down here. So that's a pretty big gap down, but it's coming into kind of some support areas. So let's see how that holds. IQ is a tricky one to trade these days. Really, the options aren't really, they're pretty light. Bagish Hubs. Oh, look at that double inside day up. Isn't that amazing? And then clack. Yeah, see if we get some follow through on Hubs. And then clack. Yeah, up after earnings too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, keep an eye to see if software is strong. And then TXG. Let's see what this is. Yeah, look at that one. Thank you. 10x genomics. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. NTR, upper shadow again there off the 200 day. An S. Second Driving Thunder, what's going on? Penn. It's like the only gaming stock that was gapping up this morning, right? So big mover there. See if it gives you a doji sandwich type move. All right, nice move off of that on an upgrade, I believe, pre-market. And let's see if we get some more follow through on that one. JS, what's happening at SDC? Oh, yeah, I got crushed today. Woo! Broke down at the geometric line, too, and gave a big move down. It's holding the cloud right now. See if we can hold so far. Otherwise, further breakdown could breakdown on the cloud could be pretty nasty. DAM, my pleasure. XBI. Yeah, just kind of chopping here at the cloud on the biotechs. So we'll see how that holds. Anyway, good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope you guys had fun this week talking about Fib Fun. DAL. Inside day, right? So, the airlines are kind of cooling off a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. Some news or some good Boeing news and all that stuff could get going. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in this week. I hope everybody enjoyed the series on Fib Fun. I certainly enjoyed doing it. I really appreciate everybody being here and checking this out. So, if you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube and be sure to hit the notification button so you can see when we put our videos out during the day. We do a morning market prep, lunchtime update, a market wrap, and a lot of other cool things too. So, but yeah, and be sure to hit the like button whether you're new here or not. We always appreciate that. Also, check out the links in the description. We have a link to our Twitter page if you're joining from YouTube. We put charts and ideas out there too. And also check out our website if you want to join our Discord group and private Twitter. Just click on the link there and check out our options group. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening and a great trading tomorrow and a great weekend. And we'll catch you guys again Sunday night on the live stream as we get ready for a new week next week. And we'll see what we have in store, what they have in store for us then. So I hope everybody has a great night. Stay healthy out there and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll